Hey, what's going on, my friends? In this video, we are gonna dive into Taskrabbit, specifically talking about some of the dozens and dozens of different services that are provided here on Taskrabbit. So you can make money with any of these services that we are going to look at and briefly just cover. I don't think people understand the magnitude of how many different services technically are available on TaskRabbit. That said, well, we'll dive into it because it's not that simple. There's a little catch to it. A few catches, I guess you can say. But either way, before we jump into it, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, definitely do so. Welcome aboard. And, or welcome, I should say. And I would love to have you on board. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell because you can stay up to date on all of our videos, helping you with making, managing, and growing money, specifically and moving forward. This is the goal, at least for the next year, for 2022. The next year, to give you guys a heads up, is to have this channel really focus primarily on TaskRabbit as a means of making money. And of course, we're going to always talk about managing money to some degree, in which that will primarily be with credit and leveraging credit. But of course, you have to have money management skills in order to leverage your credit. And then with growing money, of course, we're going to talk about investing. That said, how can you guys make money with TaskRabbit? That's probably what you're wondering. Well, maybe you already know, but maybe you don't, because this is, we're obviously on TaskRabbit's website, specifically their services page, and it says, what do you need help with? Let taskers help tackle your to-do list. And I hope by now you know what Taskrabbit is. It's a platform that connects individuals with families and businesses and other individuals who need help, right? Who need your services, whether it's something with regards to home repair work, with helping to move, with spring cleaning and yard work, waiting in line. I mean, Taskrabbit does have dozens and dozens of different services here. And I don't think people understand the magnitude of how many different services there are. Someone had recently commented on a video saying, well, I don't only do, what about women? Because I think I was referring a lot of the jobs that I really have focused on and mentioned and have shared with you guys have been primarily around, services that I'm most familiar with, being that it's based on my personal experience. So oftentimes that really are some of the, heavy duty services that TaskRabbit can provide, such as moving and lifting heavy items. And hey, I'm willing, I'm still young. At least, I'm not as young as I once was, but I'm getting up there. But I still got some more years under my belt where I can think I'm a young lad and act like a young lad and jump into some of these services that people need help with. So moving, as you can see right here, heavy lifting, local movers. And oftentimes, as I mentioned, there are a lot of people out there who might think TaskRabbit only is focused on those type of services. But as you guys can see, there are tons and tons of different services. But let's jump in here. All right, let's just jump in here. You can first see over here on the left, we have the featured tasks, and it says, let taskers help tackle your to-do list. And maybe this is what they believe most people are going to need help with. And it really starts with delivery services, home repairs, general cleaning, furniture assembly, help moving, heavy lifting, spring cleaning, personal assistant, yard work, wait in line, closet organization service, office administration, and research. This is what they believe might be the key core featured, services that people are going to come here to TaskRabbit looking for. Maybe it's based on data. Maybe it's just, maybe it's a geographic thing. I'm here in Boston in the New England area. So yeah, this might be different in another 2 months though. Maybe they change it. They add snow removal, snow shoveling in here in the winter. I'm not too sure, but I think this is probably based off of just their overall, kind of data and beliefs as to, hey, the average person, the average customer we have wants help with one of these services, which is why it's under their featured tasks section. I could be mistaken. So if you are a tasker and you want to increase your chances of getting booked, I would say maybe consider adding one of these or two or three or all of these services, as tasks that you can help with. Because again, I think being that it's under the featured task section, they're putting more emphasis on these services, that, instead of just letting them all get, lost in the mix, because as you can see, there are lots and lots of other services here provided. So keeping things moving, you see we have handyman, and it says hire a tasker for help around the house. And next, and right beside that, which I think is kind of similar, it says moving services, from the heavy lifting to unpacking and organizing. Make your move with Taskrabbit. And I think the way they phrased this was good, because it does, organizing and things like that. I don't think that requires a male, someone strong and a big muscular, and like I said, let me comment really quickly, actually. The person who had made that comment on the video previously saying, what about other services for women? I had commented, I want to make it clear because I don't want people suggesting I'm saying or I'm agreeing with them. I had responded basically that there are women who can and do provide these services, who are under these services and have been hired under them and have gotten good reviews, because you can literally see them like there. So I want to throw that out there really, really quickly. But with these two different services here, I mean, again, everything that you can think of when it comes to needing handyman help around a house or your office, cabinet installation, wallpapering services, yard work, light installation, baby proofing, painting, plumbing, shelf mounting, install air conditioner, heavy lifting. I mean, you got the whole spectrum there. And then with moving, anything you're going to need help with, whether it's moving items in your house or to and from, one house to a new house, this is the area that you can see they got everything listed in here. But like I was saying a moment ago, you don't have to be huge and, what is it, Planet Fitness? I lift things up and put things down. That doesn't have to be your thing, your motto. Unpacking services, packing, those certainly don't require someone to be huge. Usually you're just unpacking boxes and helping them to be organized. Certainly being in a position where, pool table movers, that's going to require probably a little more muscle. So certainly know where your strength is. If you want to be listed under moving, just mention inside your moving thing. And I think oftentimes, though, people can kind of look at your picture and they're going to gauge you to some degree. I don't want to say, we all know the don't judge a book by its cover, but yeah, someone who looks like, who's 6'2" and 300 pounds probably is going to be a better qualified person to help with moving a piano or, some large item than the 5'6", 120 pound individual. Yeah. Okay. So keeping things moving, you can see we got furniture assembly, anything that needs to be assembled. It's pretty much Taskrabbit is saying we can help with it. You have holidays over here, so they're trying to let you know we can help with specific things, needs, and tasks that you will need help with. And waiting in line is definitely a fairly big one, I think, too, bigger than people might think. And mounting, something I still need to teach. Basically I got to finish teaching myself how to do it. And it's like I know how to do it. I don't know. But I know mounting is definitely a money maker on Taskrabbit if you can help with mounting. Because if I need to start to keep track of how much money I've passed up or lost because of people asking me if I can help with it. And I'm like, no, but I can refer you to someone else. Or I just say, go back on Taskrabbit and look for another tasker. We got cleaning over here. house cleaning services, deep cleaning, disinfecting services, move-in cleaning, move-out cleaning, vacation rental cleaning, window cleaning, carpet cleaning service, garage cleaning, one-time cleaning services, car washing, laundry help, pressure washing, and spring cleaning. We got shopping and delivery service, grocery shopping and delivery, running your errands, Christmas tree delivery, wait in line, deliver a big piece of furniture, drop off donations, contactless delivery, pet food delivery, baby food delivery, return items, wait for delivery, shipping, breakfast delivery, and coffee delivery. Any kind of delivery, any kind of cleaning, any kind of yard work and removal services, essentially, you will be able to find it here on Taskrabbit. This is why I try to let people know, like, hey, go. I literally will be doing jobs and I meet people and I'm like, you should, like, I'll find out like how much money they make and how they're not happy, that like I can see it. You can see it. And I'll mention it to some people. And yeah, I'm just waiting for that, like, you know, a handful of people to start to, over time, just like, you know, 1 week someone comes in, hey, thank you for your advice. You know, I signed up and I'm loving it. Life has changed. I'm my own boss. I create my own schedule. You know, I think it's a game changer, and some people realize it. Some people don't yet. That's the beauty of it. And that's why it's so exciting, because, you know, it's been around for a bit now, but I still think it's early on for where this platform can go, how big this can get. Of course, being owned by IKEA and whatnot, who knows what their intentions might be in the near future, where maybe they only want to specifically focus on their company. Maybe they decide to, hey, we can get a little smart about this and make some kind of joint, you know, partnership or agreement with other like major stores and other, you know, Wayfair and other like kind of, I want to say local, but yeah, well, local to us here in Boston. But well, Wayfair is obviously nationally known, but being that they're also here in Boston is what I was thinking when I said local. Anyway, they can do so much more, I feel like, but their intention might be focused more on the IKEA side of things. That's where it changes things a little bit, you know. And even like right now, I got to make a new video talking about the random search for taskers. If you're looking for a tasker in, let's say, yard work, and you decide to do not random, but the filter with recommended, the person who's recommended right now might not necessarily be the best person, in my opinion. And I think based off of reviews and things of that sort, it don't really add up like it used to. So I'm not too sure what's going on right now, but again, that's a video for another day. So if you want to hear even more stuff like that, diving into Taskrabbit and really getting into the nitty gritty, definitely hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you guys can stay up to date on all those videos and other videos that we'll be creating here in the very near future. But keeping it moving, baby prep. Come on, y'all. We got everything you can think of where you physically will need someone on hand. Taskrabbit is saying we can help connect you with a independent contractor who can support you with whatever it is you need help with. That is the beauty of Taskrabbit. I mean, if you're like, hey, last minute party trying to do, and you know, the Rona has gotten, with everything going on, some people like, all your helpers like bailed on you or something. Maybe someone got sick. They're like, we can't come. And you now need a new some event staffing. Well, hop here on TaskRabbit and look for some event staffing. Maybe you need someone to help with decorating. Maybe you need help with wait staffing, someone to help with entertaining your guests. I mean, anything that really has the need, you know, for, again, the physical component, someone to physically be on site. TaskRabbit is saying we can help, but they also are saying, hey, we can do some virtual and online tasks too. So they're keeping this small, right? They're keeping this minor, and I think they're doing this intentionally because they don't want to, cause any drama with any other gig app platforms out there that focus more on the virtual side of things. And I think it's smart. I think this is a good move on their part. similar to, like there not being any kind of like ride sharing type of services. Part of the TaskRabbit policies specifically say like, hey, if you're doing delivery or running errands, the person wants like a ride, you can't give them a ride. Moving, doing a moving job. If I'm doing a delivery of a couch, technically you cannot ride with the customer. The customer can't ride with you. And I think part of that reason is, maybe an insurance liability component that the company doesn't want to deal with, but also because I think that would kind of put them in competition with ride sharing platforms like Uber and Lyft, and I don't think they want that heat. Personally, I do not believe TaskRabbit wants any kind of beef, any kind of drama with Lyft or Uber, Lyft and Uber, I guess, because they probably would tag team, team up on TaskRabbit, and I don't think they want all that. But it probably is more of the liability thing. But yeah, who knows? Either way, my friends, look at all of these services that you can get on here and start to make money with, right? So many different services. Well, not that simple. Some of you are like, what do you mean? I saw that video where you said the guy made $100,000. Yes, you absolutely can. But certain parts of the country obviously are going to have a greater demand for certain services. But also, the amount of money you can request will differ depending on where you are. If you're in Boston, if you're in New York, if you're in certain parts of California, you're going to be able to ask for more money than someone in like the boonies, in Oklahoma. I don't know, the random boonies of Oklahoma, but also even here in like Massachusetts, if you're in Boston compared to like Western, like out in I don't know, Western Mass. I don't even know if TaskRabbit like exists in like, I don't know if people even use it out in Western Mass, out in like past Springfield and, between Springfield and Worcester, probably, but it's probably trickier out there. So people have to lower their rates because the competition it's not the same as being in like Boston per se. There's other components that's going to drive what the price is going to be. But the big thing I really wanted to put emphasis on is saying that TaskRabbit doesn't necessarily show all of these services kind of on like the main page, or if someone is going to look like, basically, if I was someone trying to book a tasker, generally they have only about more than this featured list here, I would say, but not more than this whole list right here. The full list of the handyman in this handyman section is what is basically visible. It kind of sprinkles in a little of this, a little of that, but this full list is probably the extent of what a customer generally sees when they are looking for services, when they're looking for help to book a tasker. They don't come to this page. They see a whole different page. It's like book your tasker. And that kind of, I think, changes things a little bit. I don't think people realize, again, the magnitude of how many different services technically are being provided here through TaskRabbit. Now, if you are someone who's a customer, for example, or if you have your account created and you actually go to TaskRabbit and you go to like the dashboard and you want to book someone, or basically this is what they recommend off the rip. So I think people might believe this is the magnitude of what it is that TaskRabbit helps with. Now, of course, they do kind of give you this describe one task, and it says fix the hole in my wall. So they're kind of helping you to understand that you can say what you need help with. If you need help with sewing something, maybe you just start to type sewing, and that will pop up. So maybe I'm like, oh, let me see what we got. Let me click in here. Well, for one, I don't think I realized it did this before. I don't think I remember this, but they're already saying, hey, these are our popular projects Not just those featured, like the main ones that we just showed you a moment ago, but specifically here are our most popular projects, and we're giving you an average price range of what you can expect to pay as well. But again, it says enter a few words above to start booking. So let's just say sewing. Let's leave it at sew. Can we? I figured it would auto-populate, and I thought it did. My internet may be slow, but maybe not. So I finished typing it, and it jumped right to it. So, my friends, sewing is not something that, excuse me, that you will see down there in this list here. But if I had a hole in my sweatshirt and something, and I said, I need some sewing help, well, it obviously appeared here when I typed that. Something else that, for example, I don't see down here that I know I have as a service, as a category in my particular account listed that I can help with is, I tried to type video there and it jumped to personal assistant, which we didn't want that. So that might, it's interesting. They might technically, and this is from a tasker perspective, thinking about my app. Because, for example, I can see photography here, which this is something that I do have provided. I made money. I've provided photography help to other people through Taskrabbit. I've made money with photography. So the fact that they have this listed here, whereas a moment ago I just tried to type video, which is not showing up, but it is another service or category that Taskrabbit does technically say they provide help with. At least they show it to us taskers, where we can say this is something we can help with. So I don't know if it's based on, again, region, location, or if it's based on the number of people that, taskers that say they can help with it. If there is a lack of, maybe they decide not to showcase it. Maybe they decide not to have it even appear here at all. Or I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to see how popular it's going to be and how many taskers will say they can provide help with it. I'm not quite sure, but I can imagine there are probably dozens of other services that might potentially be available that aren't showing up, or at least that they say are available, that, as you can see here, aren't showing up. So yeah, not. But all right, my friends, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I really just wanted to dive into Taskrabbit, the platform, that this power maker when it comes to connecting sole proprietors and independent contractors and freelancers with families and businesses and individuals that need help, physically. Yes, like I said, there are some virtual services here on Taskrabbit that you can provide, but for the majority, for the most part, it's primarily, on-site help, general labor help, but a wide spectrum of services, as you can see, like pet setting and data entry, to arts and crafts, waiting in line, laundry help, shopping, decoration help, and much, much more. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Really wanted to dive into these categories and services and let you guys get, a better look at what it is that Taskrabbit does potentially say they can help with. I'm waiting for a video to appear up here one of these days. But until then, my friends, I'll keep you posted. And you already know, if you want to stay up to date on it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. And while you're down there, hit that like button. I do appreciate your watching. Feel free to leave a comment with your thoughts about the services. If you think they need to add, if they should just remove a bunch, maybe they should just focus on particular, kind of one or two groups. What are your thoughts? What do you think? And lastly, you guys already know I got to keep it moving, but I'll see you in the next video. Oh. And if you haven't already, check out the Tasker course, Tasker Moneymaker course, the Taskrabbit Moneymaker course. I believe a lot of you guys out there don't understand the magnitude of this platform and how you can start making money with it. And I don't just mean pennies, a few dimes, nickels. No, real good money. But all right, my friends, now I got to keep it moving. But I'll see you in the next video. Peace.